My goal to produce enough leafy greens that I don't know what to do with is off to a strong start. Since everything is going so well, I thought I would go over the three things that I've done consistently this fall that have led to such a strong start. The first thing I started doing was making sure my plants are close enough to the grow lights. You all have probably experienced the leggy plant phenomenon, where your plants start to reach for the grow light, giving them extremely long stems and often leading to no yield after you plant them in the soil. So I did my research and learned that the ideal distance for spinach plants is about 6 inches from the top of the plants. The distance helps ensure that the sprouts get enough light without the risk of burning their delicate leaves. As the plants grow, you can maintain this distance to ensure they continue to thrive. I became so diligent with the 6 inch rule that every few days I would break out my tape measure to make sure my plants were all at the correct distance away from the grow lights. I even considered cutting a ruler in half so it was easier to measure. But as you can see here, I noticed my spinach plants were about 1 to 1.5 inches away from the grow light sweet spot. So all I had to do was boost them up on a box and we were back in business. The second adjustment I made this fall was using a high grade soil for my starting seeds. For the longest time, I would just get your standard organic potting mix at your local big box store, but that led to some pretty sad seedlings. So I made a change and focused on finding a soil that was lightweight and well draining. The two main reasons you want to have a lightweight and well draining soil is because it can prevent root rot by limiting water buildup in the soil and allows for oxygen access all the way down to the roots, which leads to a healthy and happy plant. I went to my local nursery and picked out this ultimate potting mix, which was recommended by the employees. Just as a reminder, remember to support your local nursery. They are an amazing resource, so please support the little guys. After planting my first few sets of seedlings and observing them for the first couple of weeks, two things became really obvious. First was how fast the seeds sprouted from the time I planted them. In a couple of days, my spinach plants were already sprouting. Second was how little watering was required. In 2 weeks, I only had to water my seedlings one time. I was blown away by that. I was more impressed by that than how fast they sprouted, if I was being honest. The third thing I changed this fall was what type of water I was using. For the longest time, I would use the water from the sink in the bathroom next to my grow room. But recently, I learned that the water could actually be killing my plants. Tap water often contains chlorine and fluoride, which can be harmful to plants. These chemicals can inhibit the plant's ability to absorb nutrients effectively. So, even with the perfect grow light and soil setup, I could still be stunting my plant's growth by just using the wrong water. So instead of using sink water, I only use water directly from the hose. On top of not having harmful chemicals, it also comes out of the hose at room temp, which makes it less shocking to the plants compared to the cold tap water. I hope you learned something and can go out and use this information to improve your fall garden. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I'm hoping to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the month. Thank you.